Hello, everyone. Welcome to Off the Charts, episode 117. Last minute episode. I just decided there's an inside joke between me and my friend Steve, who is my co host, who's gladly accepted to co host with me today. How's it going, Steve?
Hey Jan, yeah, no, going good. Yeah, no, that's right. Last minute, we only decided this few hours ago, but no, all good to go, ready for what we're going to do. It's
All
great.
right. Before we start off, again, if you like this type of content, please like and subscribe and tell your friends. Same thing with my friend Steve's channel. Go check him out. Good channel also here. Um, so I don't know if you guys read our comments between myself and Steve. Sometimes we comment on each other's channels, and we got this little, or when he is on my channel or I'm on his. I forget which one, but you actually made my friend Steph laugh the other day, where I think we were doing the alphabet episode, and then I seriously thought you were going to put Van Halen as the V, and then you put Vinnie Vincent Invasion. I'm like, oh, you fucker. And then my friends laughed and he goes, oh, so we always put these little comments in between, regarding Vinnie Vincent Invasion. And you know what? All this time, like, since I'm a huge Kiss fan, as you can see there, Vinnie Vincent has been a love hate musician or writer or whatever in the realm of hard rock,
Mm.
I guess, hair metal, wherever. So I want to have Steve's take on this guy. Uh, what makes this guy tick? What do we think that makes this guy tick? Or
Mm.
do we like him as a songwriter? Do we like him as a person? Do we like him as a musician? So we'll go that, and we'll see where it goes from there here. So we'll start off. I got a few of his records here. I'll start off with first. I bought this because I'm a Kiss fan and I wanted everything Kiss related. So Treasure. I only have it on CD. This is, I can see the right there. At the time, well, he was born Vincent Cusano, I think.
Yeah.
On this record, he's known as Vinnie Cusano. This is like I don't really listen to it. I just, like I said, it's just for bragging rights.
Yeah.
Um,
I
but
checked it out online, just like, hey, maybe this is worth checking out. I was like, oh no, I don't need that.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it's what, like bad company, like that type of heaviness there. But anyway, it's just so I guess after this, well, we all know what happened with Kiss. Ace Frehley left, sort of. So this happened. Have you seen the bootleg version of where it's Vinnie Vincent's?
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. I don't know. Is that not official? Well, I thought there was just some versions were like that and
yeah,
some were like,
it's a bootleg. It's not a
oh
this
yeah,
the official one is this one with Ace Frehley
this
on the
one.
cover.
Okay. Right,
Um,
right.
so I guess he was brought on secretly to play lead guitar on this album while Ace was kind of on his way out here. Do you see a little bit of his writing on this or his playing? Vinny's, I mean,
Not nothing I can really pick, to be honest. I wouldn't have known if
exactly.
yeah, unless you told me sort of thing. So yeah.
I'm trying to see which he wrote some songs on this, right?
Well, definitely look it up, but I don't know about creatures, but maybe.
Uh,
I wouldn't have thought so because if it was such a secret that he
yeah,
didn't play with,
exactly. I know he did look it up. I'm just trying to check really fast.
yeah. I
Oh, you know
think
what? No, he did co-write
right?
"I Love It Loud"
Did he?
and
Okay.
also "I Still Love You," "Killer." Those are the three songs he co-wrote. So
Wow. Okay. It's funny I didn't even
and
notice that.
we all
Yeah.
know what the big hit from Creatures of the Night was "I Love It Loud."
Mm, mm.
Is that the Vinnie Vincent we'll get to know? I don't think so there. After that, well, yeah, you want to think to add for the Creatures or
No, great. It's a great album, but I never really think when I think of that album, I don't think Vinnie Vincent, obviously, because I didn't even know he wrote some songs on it. Um, yeah, but obviously, with Lick It Up, um, which I actually probably don't think is quite as good an album. It's still good. Yeah, obviously then I mean, my whole thing with Vinnie Vincent is I'm sort of working backwards, right? So my
Mhm.
first encounter with Vinnie Vincent is Vinnie Vincent Invasion, his, and
Yeah,
then I just go back. I haven't even really, heard the old Kiss albums yet, so I go back, look it up, and it's like,
gotcha.
okay, Vinnie Vincent, so yeah, so it's sort of
He
that's sort
did
of the way I
tour. He did
Vincent.
tour for Creatures of the Night, though.
Yeah, right, sure.
And
Because
of
I mean,
course,
Ace is sort of out, right? And then yeah, Vinny comes in, tours, plays, and then he's the only guy, isn't he, that's had his own face paint. Uh,
yes,
yeah, that was like
it was
you know
original. Like it was Ankh.
anchor, yeah, anchor or whatever how you say it, yeah. And Paul Stanley designed it for him and everything like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but then interestingly enough, so he got the the mask, face mask thing, but then the next album they're taking the masks off anyway. So
Exactly.
yeah,
So then he comes into this as a kid. I was like, what? Of course, I was 1983. I was 11. So of course, I'm like, well, obviously, I was like, this is Gene. So with the lips, you kind of see Paul, I guess Eric Carr, and I go, this must be Ace Frehley. Well, no. And then you look in the back, and there's no Ace
yeah,
Frehley.
true.
You know about this here?
No,
Apparently, it's a wig. Because if you
uh,
look in the videos, his hair is all like really flat. This is like really puffy to match, I guess, the other guys there. So apparently this is a wig.
yeah,
But yeah,
yeah,
then he becomes a full member. But then this is sort of where the problems again. I come from the Kiss camp where at the time I was like, I'll believe anything Gene and Paul say there. And of course, sometimes you got to take it with a grain of salt.
oh yeah.
But yeah, apparently his like guitar solos were taking too long on stage. I don't know if you heard about that one.
It rings a bell, but other things I've heard too is that he was just he had they'd say things like, oh, he had his demons, and he just was,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, had problems, and he wasn't fitting in with the band. He was bringing the band down, and they thought they had to get rid of him, otherwise he was gonna, you know.
Apparently, he never signed a contract. Like the contract was never
Oh
signed.
yeah.
I don't know if you heard about that one.
Well, I know that they had to go to court, right, later on
Yeah.
for Vinny wanted his royalties, and then I think it got settled, right, and then he said, okay, I'll do some songwriting on Revenge after that.
Yeah, more to come on that
Yeah,
one here.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, he did
But
co-write "All Hell's Breaking Loose,"
yeah,
"A Million to One,"
great song.
uh, "On the Eighth Day."
Mm. Which has parts of Boys Are Gonna Rock in it.
Which
If you
one?
listen, the on the eighth day, it has like a part of that song is you can hear that on Boys Are Gonna Rock. Yeah, so listen to those two songs on the eighth day and Boys Are Gonna Rock.
Like you're
There's some similarities. You got to really
musically you're
like
talking
listen for it.
musically.
But yeah, musically, yeah.
All right. Well, that's a
Yeah,
new one on
Google
me.
it.
I've never heard
Google it.
that
That's what
one.
I've been told. I must admit, I've been told that, and I've listened. Like, oh yeah, I guess it's not that obvious, but yeah.
Okay. Exciter,
Oh,
not
another great song. Yeah.
uh, lick it up, young and wasted, and give me more. My God, he wrote every song except one, or co-wrote. Sorry.
Yeah. It had a
So
big
yeah.
hand in it.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Well, he had a lot to do with that album, and I think that's where if there's if there's love for Vinnie Vincent, that's where a lot of the love comes from that album, because people go, hey, look at this, all the songs that he wrote.
But yeah, from a writing perspective, or is it a playing perspective? Perspective. That's what I'm. Because
Yeah, well, his playing is on the Kiss albums quite different to on his solo albums, isn't it? Right? They rein him in a lot more. I mean, unless he just never really wanted to do that at that time. But obviously when it becomes his band, yeah, it really becomes his band, and it's all about him to a
And
large degree. Yeah,
now we're talking about this one here.
yeah, yeah.
Now I know you like these guys. I
Obviously, I like them more than Van
I'll
Halen.
let you go first there.
What's that?
I'll let you go first regarding the Vinnie
Sure.
Vincent invasion there.
Yeah, so I mean the first one, the Vinnie Vincent Invasion, which has Robert Fleischman on vocals. Oh, you got a cool hype sticker there too. Mine doesn't have that. Is that like a hype sticker on there? Or
It's actually on the cardboard too.
yeah, okay. I've never seen that before.
Here's Robert Fleischman right there.
Yeah, the only normal looking one,
Yeah,
or relatively normal. He's got like some sort of a whip or something in his hand, but
yeah,
yeah, Dana Strum, Bobby Rock, and then yeah, Vinny. I mean, is
Bobby
Vinny
Rock.
wearing another? Is Vinny wearing another wig there?
That I didn't hear anything from this.
Yeah, yeah,
But if you compare this to something like Lick It Up, and then this, you could see that this is his band. Like uh
yes, yeah.
songs, I think are good. It's
Mm.
the solos I find like stick out like a sore thumb. I was like, so like I was actually listening to it today after we started talking, and I was like, oh my god, these solo like, is it just me or they're like the song is at this level and the solo is like this level or something? Like the volume I'm talking there or mastering, I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
And
That's
some
what I like about it. That's what I like about it. It is a bit over the top, but it's just he's just lead and rope on the guitar, and yeah, I just I guess a lot of the songs, 80s, hard rock metal songs that I like those really heavy
Mhm.
hard riffs. And the album has a lot of them, and yeah, he's really shredding, and when it comes to the solo, it goes on for a while, and it's quite over the
Oh,
top, and you know. Um,
sometimes the song will end and then you'll just is it
yeah. But the thing is too, it's Vinnie Vincent Invasion. It's not Robert
yes.
Fleischman Invasion, or
No, I
so
yeah, I understand that.
so it's kind of, I guess, the guitar player is the star. And there's other guitar or other solo acts where there's a singer, but it's not his name on the band.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's but the thing is too, Vinnie Vincent can write. He's a good songwriter, right? I mean, he can write
I
good
have no
songs too.
problem with him, his writing. He's got
Yeah,
like you looked at the Lick It Up album, I was like, wow, that and even the Creatures, he had some
yeah,
good writing credits there.
yeah. And that's maybe, I think, a little bit of the difference to some of those other shredders. Great guitar players, but they can't necessarily write good songs. And I think he does have songwriting abilities. He can, so yeah, it's a bit over the top. But like for me, that was like when I heard that album, I'm just sort of getting into hard rock and metal, and it was like, wow, this is like, this is next level stuff for me. I've gone from Bon Jovi, Slippery When Wet to Vinnie Vincent Invasion,
Yeah.
and this is like, so this is it's at a different level. It seems kind of heavy, but it's not, like,
It's got the
obviously
look,
it's
it's
not.
got the look of hair metal. It's
Yeah,
got the shredding of your Marty Friedmans at that time, like those
yeah, sure,
kind
yeah,
of
yeah,
the shredding
yeah,
of Jason Becker, that
yeah. It
era.
does.
But I don't
What
is
do
it
you think about? What do you think? At the end of that record, it's got some thing that they've done to the record so that it just keeps
the loop,
repeating. Yeah, which is
the the,
great.
the,
I
the
think
hi
that's
hat?
no. It's like the air siren. It's like do
Yeah, but then
do
the hi
do.
hat's going on too.
Oh yeah, but it just repeats.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, it's like
that's pretty
thank God I
insane.
listened to that on a CD first because if I
Oh
thought if I listened to it on the record first, I'm like, great, I gotta skip.
yeah. What's the last song? So that's the end of the
Yeah,
side.
but
But
you
yeah,
again, you
yeah,
wouldn't know that there.
yeah.
I prefer that ending to the ending of this one, which is cringe. You remember this one?
Uh, let me see.
It's
What does
not
it
a
say?
song. It's at the end of the album. There you hear a pause and then you hear "Tell your friends about us."
Oh,
You
okay.
don't remember that?
I don't remember it, but Breakout. It says here on my copy is the last song.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
But after the song, there's like a 2-3 second pause, and you hear is tell your friends about us. I was like, oh
well, I
boy.
don't know why I've never noticed that. Um, but that's another thing I like about I really like the production on these two albums. Downer Strum does the production, right? So
Yes.
and it has these little cool little tricks sometimes at the start or intros at the start of the songs. It's a little bit unusual, sure, but I think
Twisted.
yeah, exactly. Things like that, eh? That's kind of
Wow,
cool.
that's a.
Yeah, yeah,
But see,
yeah.
I find the songs are much more. This is just a Vinnie Vincent. Let me show off. This is all
Yeah,
about the song to me.
yeah,
I do prefer. I like this one a lot. This one
yeah.
still too much for me there.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I of course they've got two different vocalists on it, but they actually sound fairly similar.
Oh my god!
Um,
When I saw the video for "Boys Are Gonna Rock," I'm like, okay, that's Mark Slaughter. Then you look at the back, and you're when you tell me he's like Robert Fleischman. Like at the time, I was like, sounds exactly like Mark Slaughter.
yeah, yeah, but I mean, I don't know, you know, is that really how Robert Fleischman sings, or is that how Vinnie Vincent told him to sing?
True.
Um, and then when you listen to the Slaughter albums, yeah, Mark sort of does sing like that a little bit, but it's not quite
He's got a
so.
tad lower,
Yeah,
a tad,
just tuning it down a little bit, but he
a
does have
little.
quite a shrieky kind of voice. But yeah, yeah.
But see,
But
I look online and people are like, "Oh my God, Vinnie Vincent was the best thing that happened to Kiss," and then
yeah, yeah,
I'm listening from a. I can agree. I can agree from a songwriting point of view, but for like a lead guitar, like just like some of these
sure.
solos, like some of these solos on this stick out like a sore thumb are memorable, but for wrong reasons. But I find the solo work on this is really classy and great.
Yeah,
So I think like
yeah,
someone said, "Whoa, let's tone it down a little
yeah,
bit,"
yeah, 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 yeah,
because
yeah.
I love this album here, like Ashes to Ashes. That time of year is a great song.
It is a good
Love
song.
Kill, wasn't that on Nightmare on Elm Street?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It really had some like you say, that time of year, Love Kills. Those are the kind of songs you could could they could have been hits. I mean, it's kind of. I mean, they weren't, but they could have been. Yeah, I always really like Naughty Naughty. It's like the lyrics are terrible, but yeah, great. I just like the riff that starts off that. Um, yeah, I think for me the first album has probably more songs that I really like. Like that like killer songs, but there's still some good ones on the second one, and like yeah, I mean for the slower songs that time of year, I think is a really good song. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But then the problem again arise where this guy and this guy badmouth this guy again in the
Yeah.
slaughter camp. I've never heard anything from him. Have you? Like,
I've heard interviews because he's quite an interesting guy because he's been around. He ends up interesting enough. He goes and plays for Nitro, which is sort of like a similar kind of over the top type of band.
big time, yeah.
Uh,
He wasn't
yeah,
Nitro.
yeah, Nitro, and also Nelson. The Nelson.
Nelson, Lita Ford too, I think.
He might. Yeah, I think he might be playing with her
Or
now.
now, or now.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
But yeah, Nelson. But I just like I said, then the slaughter comes into play here, which I forgot the album upstairs, but
yeah.
and then in the press, all you hear is, "Oh my God, our last band was so terrible!" Like, oh, and
Yeah,
it's like, who do I believe again?
well, the thing is, too, Dana Strum and Mark Slaughter were given a record deal with Chrysalis Records, and Chrysalis said to Vinny, we're, "Sorry, we're going to keep Mark and Dana, but I mean that's my understanding. We're letting you go."
I don't know
Yeah.
really what happened. It's just like I thought.
Well, they stayed. This was released on Chrysalis, and so yeah, Slaughter stayed on that same record label
You're right.
and
Okay,
released. Yeah, and released their album on that label, but they got rid of Vinnie. So it is Vinnie Vincent Invasion, but without Vinnie. And I mean they got a new drummer as well. But I don't think that's necessarily anything against Bobby Rock. Bobby Rock just probably, oh, that's fine. I've got Nitro and I've got Nelson to go to or whoever,
I've got
So
Nitro.
yeah.
I'll see you guys later.
Yeah.
But no,
Yeah.
it's like I said, it's you hear about Kiss and it's all negative stuff. You hear about Vinnie Vincent. You talk to Slaughter, it's all about negative stuff. You hear about Vinnie Vincent.
Mm.
Then, of course, after Slaughter comes co-writing with this, and
Mm.
Gene's like, "All right, let's bury the hatchet. You're a good songwriter. Let's write some songs." I forget which
Well,
song.
he Unholy he did, which is a
Unholy,
great
yeah.
song. Yeah.
Heart of
Good
Chrome.
song. Yeah.
I Just Wanna. So he's got 3 songs. So again, everybody's like, "Oh, cool." Everybody's happy again. About a year later, he sues Kiss for I forget the whole reason. I don't know if you remember that. Back in the Revenge era, Vinnie Vincent went sued Kiss for something about writing whatever, and then he dropped off the face of the earth. I guess I don't know what.
Yeah. He interestingly enough, after Mark Slaughter and Dana Strum go off to form Slaughter, he got back with Robert Fleischman and he actually recorded 4 songs. It's there's a 4-song EP called Euphoria.
Euphoria. I
Yeah.
have it on digital. Yeah, I have it
Yeah,
on.
so do I. Well, I mean it was released, I think. You could get it, but like very, very rare, super pricey to get. I would love to get a copy of it, but I'd love it to be out on vinyl. But
Yeah,
yeah, so
I do
it's
have
only
it. Yeah.
4 songs. Yeah, but I've got it digitally, and yeah, and actually, I really love that too. It's just like the first album,
Yes.
um, and really good. I think maybe it was recorded 89, 90 around that time, but it didn't actually get officially put out until mid 90s, 96 or something like that. So yeah, it's I just think he just no record company really wanted to touch him at that time. So yeah.
But like, why? Like, is everybody believing everybody
I
else?
don't think I don't think it's he's probably hard difficult to deal with, right? Maybe his
Yeah.
demands were like, well, we're interested, but we're not that interested. Oh yeah,
So okay, that's that's a good way
yeah,
to.
who knows what he's asking for, right? I want $1 million,
Well,
and
I'm
yeah,
actually happy you mentioned the exuberant prices. So, which comes to my last. So you've heard about like he dropped off of the face of the earth for like 20 years almost, and
well,
then
yeah, he advertised this Vinnie Vincent Archives thing too. Like in the late 90s, it
mm,
was there were 6 cassettes in a big sort of like a box set, but it was
okay,
cassettes, and you can see it online. It's Vinnie Vincent's archives, and he talks about it like it's going to be this great thing. And I even think some people like got it, they paid for it and got it, but then in the packaging there was no cassettes in it.
oh
And
boy,
supposedly, yeah. So because you can see the packaging, you see it online. It's all printed up and everything. You can see it all, but there's no cassettes. I think they had some. There was because Kiss. There was some copyright issues because Kiss owned the copyright for some of the things, some of those songs that he was planning on putting on there. So, but he's still talking about that now, like, oh, it's going to come out, it's going to come out. But I wouldn't give him any money until it's
well,
actually going.
that's
Yeah,
the thing I was trying to get at here. Well,
yeah,
then you've heard him come with the Gene Simmons Vault Experience tour, where he actually
yeah, yeah,
on YouTube he's playing with Gene
yeah,
Simmons. He looks a little different. I'm not commenting on that or
yeah.
speculating
It
whatever.
does. Yeah,
But then I don't know if you heard about the Ace, Vinnie Vincent and Bruce Kulick, sort of like they played all 3 together.
mm,
Even Ace and Bruce were like, "What the hell am I? What are we doing here?" It's like it it was like it made no sense. And then these meet and greets that are the prices are ridiculous for the product, and then he cancels, and then
yeah. Lots of cancellations, eh?
oh,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous. Like okay, yeah, we're still got 10 minutes here.
Mm,
Yeah, you keep hearing these little. We're gonna do a Vinny. I'm not saying a Vinnie Vincent convention, but I'm going to appear here. And then
Mm.
2 months later, it's canceled.
Cancelled. Or it's
And
postponed, and then so it's put off, and then that one's postponed, or then
exactly.
that's cancelled, or
It's like
yep.
happened 2 or 3 times where he's had
Mm.
something and it's postponed and then or canceled. The only one
Mm.
that's actually happened was the Gene Simmons Vault experience
Mm.
because he was a guest. But then
Mm.
Ace Frehley, Bruce Kulick, and Vinnie Vincent won. And Bruce Kulick is like the most politically correct guy. He'll never badmouth most.
Yeah.
But Ace is just like, of course, he's like mostly always clueless. He's like, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing there. And he had Vinnie Vincent on top of the stage. Just again, it was just shredding. And I was
Yeah.
like, okay, maybe that was popular in 1986 or back then, but
Yeah.
is that still a thing that people like? Are you a guitarist, by the way? I'm just
No. No.
no. Okay, so I thought maybe because you were a guitar player that
Mm.
like into that.
No.
Well,
I like it, but yeah, no, I'm not. But
I'm just curious, yeah. But yeah,
yeah, I'd
I,
like to know if he can still play, like really play. I mean, like
he
yeah.
can technically play, like you know what I mean. There, like I've
Well, I
seen
haven't really seen
parts.
that much evidence of it, but I mean, you see these YouTube clips or whatever. It's like, I don't know, just like officially release something. But anyway,
Mhm.
yeah. I mean,
And then
he's been away a long time. He's had a lot of personal issues too. Like his ex-wife got murdered. Like
yeah,
they've
yeah,
been, yeah. And then his next wife died from you know result of alcohol issues. Yeah, so and there's been other things too. The police got called to his place about dogs or something that he was keeping at his property that weren't being looked
yeah.
after
I
or
vaguely
something.
remember that.
Uh, yeah, there's some bad, some dodgy stuff. I mean, look, I mean, I don't know. I mean, we don't know, but and so he's had some personal issues as well. But yeah, we'll just see what happens. I guess it's
It
interesting.
I just find, like I said, if from the Kiss camp, it's never anything good. From the Slaughter camp, it's never anything good. But then you listen, or you look online for comments, and there's still a lot of people out there that really love this guy, even after these people are
Mm.
posting about these ridiculous meet and greet prices. It's like $75 for a handshake. Like uh, which is actually not bad there when you think of when I put it that way, but it was
Yeah,
the price he was offering for what the price for what he was offering was ridiculous. I just forget the prices there, and
yeah.
people were like, who the hell does this guy think he is? So I'm like, I'm still, do people like this guy, love this guy? Like back
Yeah,
in
I think part of his appeal is the fact that he's been so mysterious and not been around. It's probably better not to release anything and just trade on past glories, which are pretty good glories. I mean,
for
it's fair
sure.
enough. Yeah,
I
and I'm more interested in anything he's got in his archives, unreleased stuff. That's what I want to hear, and I would pay money. If he puts it on vinyl, especially like
Yeah.
some demos, unreleased things. Yeah, I'd love it, but I don't know about anything he's going to put out now or do now.
Well,
But
that's the thing. Actually, put it out. Like
yeah,
meet like meet us halfway, like or
yeah,
me halfway.
yeah,
Like right now, my opinion of him is more on the negative side because of like he's not helping his cause. But I'm like,
mm,
you know what? Release something, show the world you're still around and you can still write and doing this.
mm,
You know what? Let's start with that. I would actually like, me, I'll freaking buy anything
mm,
that's Kiss related
mm,
or try it out anyway.
mm,
Hell, I
mm.
got everything Peter Chris has ever released, and that's shit. So,
Yeah, yeah.
but anyway, I'm just saying, like,
Well, that's right. I mean, and that's the
something.
thing. A lot of people do really love Kiss. They love to have all the Kiss stuff. So, instead of trying to rip people off with these, maybe he's not ripping them off, but the thing is, you know, just release something that's reasonable value, like it's got some old recordings or things like that. And like you say, Kiss fans will, at the very least, but if not Kiss fans, Vinnie Vincent fans like myself, might be interested in buying it and actually getting
Uh-huh.
something for their money other than like you say, a little handshake or just to hear him doing some shredding, like
It
yeah,
was just it was just shredding that thing. Apparently, it was no songs or
yeah,
hardly any. Like
Mm.
anyway, it's I'm just it's all I hear is negative, negative, negative of late of this guy. And of course I meet you and it's the complete opposite.
Yeah, well, I
You're
like the
gonna
music. I'm not sure about him as a person. If
yeah.
you've seen interviews with him, I don't know. They're not. Yeah,
He's weird, huh?
they don't seem sincere at times, and you feel like he's not being totally honest with
There's
what he says, and he never really answers the questions, or he doesn't answer the tricky questions.
yeah, yeah.
So
There's something we're not hearing or
yeah,
what we don't know, and it's maybe it will stay a mystery forever. I don't know there.
but my channel's called Rock and Metal Invasion, and where do I get the
Yes.
invasion from? Vinnie Vincent Invasion.
I learned that. Yeah, I learned that while talking with you. That completely caught me off guard.
Yeah,
But
so I'm a big fan, big fan.
and that's fine. Like I said, that's fine. Like I
Mm.
do like I said, I like a lot.
Yeah,
All systems go because I think it's more about the song. I like the song shredders to a point there, but it's just like some of these shreddings on the first one, I was like, whoa, like it's very nitro-ish there, I guess there.
yeah, yeah. No, I
Mike,
haven't come across a lot of people who go, "Oh, Vinnie Vincent, yeah, that's awesome." That's more, "Oh, Vinnie Vincent and Kiss, yeah, he was pretty, yeah, he wrote some good songs." But I don't know of many people who sort of are big fans. I mean, but and also too, I know that people like to have his album, but again, is it they just like to have his album because there's that Kiss link, and rather than it because they
I
actually like.
I think there's a lot of people also out there that are guitar shredders
Yeah,
themselves,
true. Yeah,
or
yeah,
guitarists like a
yeah,
la Marty Friedman,
yeah,
Becker cacophony era
yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah.
And that's what confused me at first. Whereas like, why do these people like this guy that much? Like, I like his songwriting more than I like his playing, if that
Yeah,
makes sense.
yeah, yeah, sure, yeah, yeah. Mm,
But that's me there. Like,
mm,
but yeah. Anyway, I still stand by Ashes for myself. Ashes to Ashes, I think is very good. It's
mm.
it's it's
Oh,
a
the
little,
song
it's a
you're
little
talking about?
typical. What's that?
The song? Or you talking about All Systems Go,
No,
the
the
album?
sorry. All Systems Go, the album. I
Yeah,
think
yeah, yeah.
is,
Yeah.
but it doesn't stick out as much. And then of
Mm.
course you got the first one where I don't like the songs as much. Well, no, I like the songs. I don't like the added shredding or the uh
That's the kind of album you could almost re-record it, re-release it with the sort of more toned down kind of version. Yeah. Might be interesting. Mm.
but anyway, like if anybody out there wants to shed some light on the comments below there, like it's to
Yeah.
me it's one of those, like I find him to be an enigma, if that's the word.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Yes.
Very mysterious, but I don't know. It's anyway, it is what it is there.
Yeah.
I'm not, I don't want to form an opinion. I'm just going by from the facts I see online or videos or hearsay. He canceled this, he canceled that. It's like, oh, here we go again.
Yeah. But
Next time.
there's often a lot of interest in especially those 80s guitar players who kind of disappear for a while or have not reappeared. If you think, yeah, so those kind of guitar players like Jakey Lee and Vito Bratta, they're a little bit like Vinnie Vincent, right? They disappear for a while, and then people are wondering, what have they been doing, and can they still play? And so it kind of adds interest, and people want
But
to know
Jakey
that.
Lee did come back.
Yeah, and then he did, yeah.
Vito Bratta, we've kind of heard about something about regarding his mom, I think,
Yeah,
taking
maybe.
care of her, and he's just tired of the music business. He needs to take care of his mom.
I heard something about a wrist injury too, but maybe that's not
Oh,
true.
yeah.
I'm not sure.
What about John Sykes? Same thing.
Well, that's an interesting one too, isn't it? Absolutely, yeah. And again, a lot of interest though. People want to know what's he doing. When's he get? He puts out a song. People are like, yeah, oh, yeah,
I
new
know.
album,
I saw that.
yeah. And uh, people really are almost again like there's a lot of interest in Blue Murder and his, the work that his solo work and stuff. Yeah, but of course
I'm one
he's a
of
bit like
those.
Vinnie Vincent. He's been promising, oh yeah, an album's coming out, or
Yeah,
I'm going to do this. No, postponed,
He's
cancelled,
got a
or yeah.
website and like new album
Mm,
coming soon. And but anyway,
yeah,
yeah, that's another
yeah,
example of like I
yeah.
said, but for some reason we're
He must be a little bit of a difficult personality, I think, as well. Like maybe different personality of Vinnie Vincent, but not necessarily easy to work with. And yeah, I don't know.
by him, I'd buy anything. Like I would get another Blue Murder 3 for sure. No problem.
Mm,
Uh
mm,
Vito Bratta, who knows?
yeah,
Jake, well, he's kind of back.
yeah.
Love or hate whatever he's doing now with Red Dragon Cartel, and but Vinnie Vincent, I'm still looking for the next headline on social media. He's going to do this, and then my first reaction is going to be, right, let's give it a couple of weeks just for like to see if this actually happens. Like that's kind of what's been happening of late, like last
Yeah,
couple of years.
yeah, yeah.
So anyway, okay, well that's like I said, that's our little show regarding Vinnie Vincent. I'm not, like I said, this wasn't meant to be bashing the guy. I'm more of I'm curious to see why people like him or why people hate him. See, I put both there. I think he's a great songwriter. He did a lot to help Kiss at the time. Did his own soul albums, Love It or Hate It.
Mm.
But then just disappeared out of nowhere. But it seems everywhere he goes, negative press seems to follow. Like it, and it's to a point like like all press sells. Like this, I don't
Yeah.
think is helping his case. But that's just me.
Yeah, but it's kind of his own fault, right? I mean, you promise things and then you don't deliver them, or
Mm-hmm.
take people's money and then you don't give them what they paid for. People are going to get a bit grumpy about
I'm
it.
gonna go look around for that cassette thing that you talked about. I had no
Mate,
idea.
yeah, you can see pictures of it and everything. And yeah, I heard someone told me, or it was on the online somewhere. Someone was on a podcast or something. Said, "Yeah, I've got the cassettes, but well, I've got the case, but it's empty. Yeah,
I've never heard of that.
he
That's
paid for it.
hilarious. Like,
Yeah,
let's say Kiss said something about rights. Just say cancel and save face and like cancel and then refund people. Don't friggin' send him them
yeah.
empty cases.
Sorry,
Makes
I
it even
can't
worse.
actually give you the music, but here, here's have the cases. Yeah,
Wow, that's hilarious.
yeah.
I'm gonna go look that up there. I've never heard that one.
And it had some, because so you can see what was going to be on it. I was like, oh, some interesting stuff, demos, and he had this band Warrior prior to Vinnie Vincent Invasion being formed. I think Goran Edman, who's
I think I remember Warrior, the name.
yeah. So he had a vocalist who uh, prior to Robert Fleischman, Goran Edman, who he ends up playing with Malmsteen and a few other people as well.
Mhm.
He recorded back on the the song Back on the Streets. He wrote that. It's been covered a number of times, but he had Jeff Scott Soto sing on that one.
From what album?
Uh, Back on the Streets. He wrote that song, and John Norum it's on the John Norum debut solo album.
Okay.
Uh,
Not Back on the Streets from the first unreleased Docket album, huh?
no, it's not. It's
Okay.
different. No,
Not
it's
that
not that
one
song.
then?
But if you look Back on the Streets, it's been covered by like three or four different people. Um, probably yeah, John Norum's probably one of the more well known ones. But
Oh, okay.
yeah, but also there's a demo of Vinnie Vincent of that song, and it's Jeff Scott Soto singing on it. I think, yeah. But yeah, so he's got there's lots of demo stuff, and you can find it online. But the idea of this archives release was it was all going to be officially sort of released and everything. So yeah. Mm.
Well, I'll no, I'll check it out. You're teaching me something here or making me
And
learn
if
that.
you want to look at what Vinnie Vincent looked like in 1978, and if he really was wearing a wig or not, I don't know if he was in this, but there's a music video of him. He's playing with Dan Hartman, and yeah, not
Well,
from
is it
1960.
this is 1978, I think, The Treasure.
Yeah, yeah, but
I
this is
think.
not Treasure. This is him playing with Dan Hartman. It's on some music show or something. But
Did he look like
Yeah.
this?
I don't know if he had the moustache actually, or the goatee, or whatever he's got. Yeah, no. Yeah.
There you go.
But he also wrote a song for the Bangles, so he's got credits on the Bangles album, and he wrote a song called Tears, which is on John Waite album.
Wow.
If you
You're
have a look,
you're really a Vinnie
well,
Vincent connoisseur.
yeah, thank you. Yeah, I mean, I can't remember. I think I did go and check the Bangles song, but it's like, it's Bangles, it's okay. But the John Waite song's pretty good. Yeah, and there's a music video for it as well, but it's John Waite, obviously. But yeah,
Cool, yeah. Because I remember, also remember. Do you remember back in the early '80s, there was a lot of bootleg live albums or cassettes? I know
sure.
here in my town we had, and there was a lot of Kiss bootlegs, and you're like, oh, there's song titles I don't know anything about. So you had a few Kiss live songs, and you had a part of Boys Are Gonna Rock and Baby Oh Baby,
Oh, really?
and I was like, what the hell is that? Like I didn't know who Vinnie Vincent Invasion was at the time.
Yeah,
Then of
yeah,
course you learn. I'm like, oh, this freaking bootleg is shit. But
yeah,
it was all these
yeah,
cassettes that you could buy. It was like it was a shop where you could buy T-shirts and all that, and
yeah.
pot
Unofficial release stuff.
smoking
Yeah, yeah,
pot smoking paraphernalia, and you had to go upstairs and you had a lot of boot. It was only bootlegs of anything.
yeah. And the
And,
T-shirts are all like, yeah,
no,
bootleg.
T-shirts were good ones.
Oh, were they?
They were good ones, yeah. But it was like one of those shops. They're like pot smoking stuff and
Yeah.
rock and
Okay.
roll. It was called
Yeah,
Rob.
yeah,
And but you went upstairs, and then that guy sold a whole bunch. It wasn't albums. It was live bootleg
oh, yeah,
records, any bands
yeah,
like, and you could
yeah,
find them on Discogs and all that. So, but anyway,
yeah.
I
Okay.
just thought I'd mention that because I was like, oh yeah, that's Vinnie Vincent Invasion stuff
Yeah.
on that one. I was like, oh okay. Here we thought was some demo of something
Hmm.
else there, but nope.
Oh, I've never actually come across any Vinnie Vincent Invasion live recordings. I mean, they might be out there. Someone's got. Yeah. If anyone has, please let me know where I can find it. I'd
Put
love
in
to
the
hear
comments
them.
below. Yeah, let
Yeah, yeah.
Steve know.
I'd love
He's
to
a
know
dude.
what they sound like live. Yeah, yeah.
I've
Well, they
never,
took tour.
mind you, I've never checked on YouTube either to see if
Yeah,
they're.
that's true. I don't know if I have either, but
Oh, I'm
yeah.
sure you have.
That's what I do each night, Googling Vinnie Vincent.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, guys. Well, anyway, that'll conclude our episodes. If you guys want to chime in regarding this Vinnie Vincent Enigma here, chime in here. And on that note, I want to thank you guys for watching today. Once again, if you like this type of content, please like and subscribe. Please go visit my friend Steve's channel also. He's got some great stuff going on here. And anything you want to plug in here?
No, no, just thanks again for inviting me, Dan. It was a great subject. Sometimes if you gave me a subject, I might go, "Oh, look, I can't do it, and I've got to, I want to do a little bit of prep, get a bit of info." But no, Vinnie Vincent, no problem.
I got notes already then.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys, and we shall see you guys later. Have yourself a good one.
See ya.